There was an idea. Stark knows this. Called the Avengers Initiative. The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people. See if they could become something more. See if they could work together when we needed them to fight the battles that we never could. Phil Coulson died still believing in that idea. In heroes. Well, it's an old-fashioned notion.
Everywhere we go, people wanna know, who we are, so we tell them, we are the Titans, mighty Titans, mighty Titans. Everywhere we go, people wanna know, who we are, so we tell them, we are the Titans, mighty Titans, mighty Titans.
Bring down the power, love to heal a nation is the greatest power. A wind of destruction is blowing over this land. And now the earth is a trembling with man's oppression of man. Now the time come to sit down and rediscover what's life. Show the world the true meaning of real love, power, not strife. Bring down the power of love, I say. The power of love, I say, is the greatest power. Stop hell and damnation. Love to heal a nation. Put a hand on the fire and cleanse the wicked. Right now. All of them who does worship, greed and vanity must bow. Unity is the banner, so come together. I say, and this love is for freedom, it's growing stronger each day. Bring down the power of love, I say. The power of love, I say, is the greatest power. Stop hell and damnation. Love to heal a nation. So rejoice in a rhythm of celebration. Come on.
There was an idea. Stark knows this. Called the Avengers Initiative. The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people. See if they could become something more. See if they could work together when we needed them to fight the battles that we never could. Phil Coulson died still believing in that idea. In heroes. Well, it's an old-fashioned notion.
Everywhere we go, people wanna know, people wanna know who we are, so we tell them, we are the Titans, we are the Titans, mighty, mighty Titans, mighty, mighty Titans. Everywhere we go, people wanna know who we are, so we tell them, we are the Titans, mighty, mighty Titans, mighty, mighty Titans.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon to all of the Republic. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to those that are joining us here on YouTube. Good afternoon to those who are joining us here on Facebook. Good afternoon to you who are joining us here on TikTok. And to those that watch our clips on Instagram, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon to you all. Now is exactly 17 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. Trinidad and Tobago. Today, I was in several discussions. And in those discussions, Trinidad and Tobago, several ideas have been put forward. And here is where the message today must be hinged. Because at the end of the day, if we cannot put our house in order, how can we try to fix the country? Now, at the start of many organizations, at the start of every initiative, there will always be problems, there will always be hiccups, there will always be ideas, and there will always be people who will oppose these ideas. And Trinidad and Tobago, we must be truthful to ourselves in what we are saying, in what we are doing, and in what we are expressing. As a human being, we are partakers of two realities. We are partakers of observable reality and reality itself. And the distinction between these two realities, at times we believe to ourselves that the man outside here in the world already know what we feel and think, but not understanding what goes on in our head is not all the time what take place outside there in reality. And here it is, we make assertions, we make comments, and we try to translate to the national community how we think they must behave and react, ignoring the moral code and ignoring the very fact that all of us here are human beings. Now what we do here on this program here is entertain thoughts and opinions from the average man on the street. But here it is, Trinidad and Tobago. There will always be people that have an opinion and have a motive. So Law 19 in the 48th Law of Power would have stated explicitly, be careful. What water your trouble? Be careful. You agitate. And the many of us outside here feel to ourselves that we must go on and on and on and on and on into the world. Knock over who we want, tell who we want what, and entertain our ego. That is without boundary. Now there is a saying that goes like this, and how detrimental one person or one situation can destroy our organization. For the want of a nail, the shoes was lost. For the want of a shoes, the horse was lost. For the want of a horse, the rider was lost. For the want of a rider, the battle was lost. For the want of a battle, a kingdom was lost. And for the want and all that, for the want of a horseshoe nail. We must be careful of the precedents that we set. Every time we do things in anger, we must be careful to the message that we send outside here in anger. And not sitting down and think things through. But before I go into the message today, Trinidad and Tobago, I am calling on the authorities that is higher than I. The authority in which I respect and all my ancestors. I am calling on the authority of Almighty God that I hope, not I hope, that I pray that this message reach fertile ground, that we could not only set our house in order, but we could set this whole dynamics in play, that we could continue moving from strength to strength without impediment. So what I am going to do today, Trinidad and Tobago, is read the parable of when Christ would have walked the earth and he would have chose 12 disciples. Tonight I am going to start with that parable. And I hope the team could understand. I must slow down this thing here a little bit. Another parable put he forth unto them, and I'm reading from Matthew chapter 13 and verse 24. Another parable put he forth to them. The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy come and sow tear among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade sprang up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tear also. So the servant of the house come and said unto him, Sir, didst now thou sowest good seed? And in thine field? For whence then had it tears? So he asked him where the tears come from. And he said unto them, An enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, While thou then that we go and gather them up. But he said, Nay, lest while you gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them. Let thou grow together until harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles, and burn them. But gather the wheat into my barn. Hope you're understanding that. Hope you're understanding that. Many a time when we begin initiatives, we are living in a world where there is all kind of people, all different personality. And we must learn to live with all the different set of personalities. Now, we mustn't be so interested in sowing discord amongst friends and amongst brethren. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we all make mistakes in the life. And there are some of us that don't deserve our forgiveness, and there are those that do. Now on the battlefield, we must know who have our back. We must know who is our enemies. And today I'm going to go into the argument, and I'll break the argument down. But before I go into the argument, I would have written a speech. And tears came from my eye when I was writing this speech. Because here it is, I see people and I operate around a set of people. And then going forward, Trinidad and Tobago, we must have love. We must be able to take action also in a decisive action. But there is no force underneath the heaven that is greater than love and forgiveness. And we must open our heart and our soul to those that say in the story that we must forgive, watch, but forgive. And we cannot go forward, Trinidad and Tobago, without the understanding that there are people that will make mistakes around us. What we go do? We go cast them out. And I come with this speech, I'm telling you, I write this with tears. Today, we stand at a crossroad where division weakens us, but unity can restore us. I want you to see my face big and bold. I want you to see my face big and bold. We have disagreed. We have agreed. And many have been hurt. But we cannot let yesterday steal our tomorrow. No family, community, or nation can prosper if we refuse to stand together. It is time to put aside hatred, pride, bitterness, and choose understanding instead. We must not have to think alike, to walk side by side with respect and compassion. Let us replace insult with conversation, resentment with forgiveness, and fear with hope. The future belongs to those who build bridges instead of walls. Every one of us have a role to play in creating peace, justice, and a strong community. Together our voices becomes louder, our hearts become stronger, and our purpose becomes greater. So let us rise as one people, united in love, determination to leave a legacy of peace to the generations to come. And I, Renison Jeffrey, is willing to make that sacrifice here today. And I am calling not only on the team, but on the national community to put aside all differences, to put aside religion, to put aside whatever the enemy is sowing amongst us, to overcome. Not with hate, but with understanding. We understand the mistakes that we would have made just over a year ago. And we must be brave, Trinidad and Tobago, to stand alongside one another and take back this country from our enemy. Make no mistake, the UNC government is our enemy. And to the words of Kareem Marcel, they do not like us. They do not like us. And when I mean us, the corporations that they would have shortchanged, the many people that they would have fired from CPEP, European Forestry, and other various government ministries. The UNC is our enemy. And I, Renison Jeffrey, is willing to stand with anybody that know and understand that fact. Even if we may have never talked for much years, I am willing to put aside that, to bring this country back from where it is. I'm come here to look for no enemies. I'm come here to look for no friends. But if I make friends on the way, it's a blessing. And if I make enemies, that is a misfortune. But if I uncover friends who was enemies, that was revelation. So to the many of you that are outside here, from the book of Colossians chapter 3 verse 13 to 14, bear with each other, forgive one another, and over all these virtues put love, which bind them together in perfect unity. Trinidad and Tobago, we are seeing the government of the day is weaponizing the state against us, against me, against you, against people that look like me and people that look like you. They're going after the 1%. They have no boundaries. They say all kind of thing about Venezuela, and we are still dependent on their oil. They go against the Venezuelans and all. And they are still going after the citizens of this country. Now is not a time for war. For us to ostracize and to go after our friendly foes. So to those outside there that would have felt offended by what I would have said to you in the past, today I am telling you, I am sorry, I apologize. To the many of you that I would have cussed when PNM was in office, I apologize. To many of you, I know I would have hurt some of you by some of the statements that I would have made in rage underneath a powerful emotion that I could not have seen the people go through underneath a certain order. I apologize. And I am calling on you, the national community, to believe what I have in my heart today. Trinidad and Tobago, I am sorry. I am sorry concerning the campaign that I would have led against the PNM organization. Despite what they would have done, many of you were still eating. Many of you would have had a job to go to. Many of you would have been able to pay all your mortgage. Many of you would have been able to send all your children to school. Many of you would have had a job. And because of I supporting a crooked organization, the UNC government, it is partly my fault that over 10,000 of you is on the breadline. And today, Trinidad and Tobago, I am asking for your forgiveness.
There was an idea. Stark knows this. Called the Avengers Initiative. The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people. See if they could become something more. See if they could work together when we needed them to fight the battles that we never could. Phil Coulson died still believing in that idea. In heroes. Well, it's an old-fashioned notion. So Trinidad and Tobago, we are up against a government that do not care about the citizens that elect them.
We are up against a government that would have said and do anything to come into power. Trick us. Use subterfuge to get into power and paying people handsomely to spread propaganda, to sow thorn amongst the weeds, to distract us here today. Unless you forget Trinidad and Tobago, let me remind you what we were up against and what we are still up against, and the scumbags that are in play to support this evil government.
Is for the people who worked hard to get qualified, but still sit at home depressed because he or she cannot get a job.
For a party that has had in its manifesto for quite some time that one of the things you'll want to work on is creating a wider job market and getting jobs for younger people, you all are not doing a very good job.
Because someone else got that job because they have a daddy and they have the connection. Election day is for the mother walking the aisles of the grocery store with her children and with a pen and a pencil or a calculator in her hand because the food prices keep rising and she has to keep a tab on what she can buy. When a child picks up a snack, that mother must not have to tell that child put it back because she cannot afford it. Everybody deserves an equal chance.
Former CPEP workers say they remain in limbo following the termination of over 300 contracts due to alleged irregularities. And while they support an audit, they wanted to know when they will be rehired.
Everybody deserves an equal chance.
Landlord coming by the door. Landlord knocking on your door. You can't afford to pay rent. They're putting all your stuff at the side of the road. That is embarrassment. As you now said, the pending investigation, we will get rehired. We will get rehired. We can say, landlord, we're going to get rehired. You could wait a month or 2 or 3. How long is that?
Election day is for the mother walking the aisles of the grocery store with her children and with a pen and a pencil or a calculator in her hand.
Former CPEP workers say they remain in limbo following the termination of over 300 contracts.
Trinidad and Tobago, that is what we are facing after election. That is what we're facing. And not only people from on the ground face what was taking place there. There are many other people that would have faced the same thing. Yes.
We get fooled by that. We get fooled by that. I watch a P&M man who feed me in his fucking hand. And I tell myself, look at fucking crime in this country. That when P&M is in power, me don't come here and dirty nobody names or dirty my own fucking name. Election gone. I watch a fucking man coming up my street. A P&M man. Mr. Kennedy Richard, who feed fucking me so in my from me hand to him out, he feed me so. And because I watching my same children and saying, he feeding me, you know. My children had to eat too. I can't study myself as a mother. I can't eat and my children hungry. This man ain't bringing no working point. This man not bringing no working point. I say, oh God, he man ain't bringing no work. In point 14 and no jobs. No jobs in point for the young people. I say, see me? I's a fucking mother. I let him know how the mother can. God for me a PNM. God for me a PNM. Go so or the mother can't. I went live. And I cursed Mr. Kennedy. I cursed Mr. Kennedy. My own bloodline went up for PNM. And I cursed my cousin. I ain't want to tell you who's my cousin. My own bloodline went up for PNM. And I cursed him at that count. I said, hey, UNC win. Everybody win. I come out here in front of my fucking yard. I come out here. And I tell Kennedy, move from fucking here. Or the PNM mother cunt. Move from fucking here. I watch all my neighbors here. And say, you voted fucking UNC. You voted fucking UNC. You voted fucking UNC. I load up 6 cars. 6 fucking cars. All my black and fucking chicken. All my black and chicken. All my black and chicken at age to vote. I load them to fuck up. By 6 children. By 6 daughter-in-laws and them. 12 of them. I load up. And I put them in my car. And I cuss all my neighbors. Who was there when I cussed them? Who was here when I cussed the whole PNM team? Who was here?
Yes, let me play our next one.
You said the PNM don't like the own kind. Go by Belgrove. See how much UNC is Indian children you're seeing dead in ice. Auntie Twiggy, you said PNM don't like the kind. Your words. PNM don't like the kind. And that way do it? The kind. The kind. The black people. Go in the morgue. Go in any funeral home. Ask them to open the freezer. See how much East Indian children get killed. You don't like your own fucking kind. It's you who don't like your fucking kind. You hear what I'm saying? It's you don't like your fucking kind. We all make mistakes, and it's now I realize it, my mistake, and I could come here and say, I made a mistake by voting for these motherfuckers. I made a mistake. And tonight, I go correct the mistake. Tonight, I'm going to correct that mistake. You see all these letters? I paid to get print out. And I paid to get type out. All them ID cards of my children, I beg to get work. I will leave them in my Bible for the next 6 years. I will leave these same letters in my Bible for the next 6 years. But you see this jersey I wear in here? I want to wipe my sweat. You see, I set up myself for the kill. I vote this. There's where my ink went on. My ink went on this. My thumb fucking finger, my fingerprint went on fucking this folio. And I am standing here now and saying, oh, they haven't done nothing. Nothing since all in power. I don't know who the fuck are they trying to fool. Or they put a set of fucking clowns and comedians and fucking characters in parliament. And then they hire a set of fucking jokers who never did nothing for the country. Never did nothing for the country. So what is the difference between Miss Twiggy, Matara, Stark, and NCW, and Delilah? I'm waiting for the answer. Somebody please give me the answer. Why didn't they hire Delilah and give she a good government job? Or if they don't want to hire Delilah, why didn't they give she want to turn a good Wassa job too? To help she out so she wouldn't go to Obia. She wouldn't turn the Obia woman in South.
That Trinidad and Tobago is the cries of every citizen in this country. It's just that the Delilah platform is a massive platform. So when things touch down, they reach all over Trinidad and Tobago. People screen record and send it all over. But that is the cries of the entire country of Trinidad and Tobago. And yet still, we playing games. We playing games based on teething issues in our group. We are the whole entire country, and we back because there is no other platform doing what we are doing. And here it is. Petty grievances. Grievances that could be ironed out. We're trying to turn it into a mountain. And you are seeing that everybody is crying out and asking the PNM for forgiveness because of what they would have done. Trinidad and Tobago, this is not a joke, and the taxi man feeling it. The major industries feeling it because there's hundreds of people going home. Industry closing down like that. And those that sell out saying everything nice. And we can't keep this thing here together. Man, we playing the fool, boy. We playing the fool. Because nowhere in no other country that this thing could have been going on. And the citizens ain't rise up yet. And call it off. You can't pay the van to carry your own child to school and have to be joking out your mother eye that would have been getting pension. Yes, we know that. Some of you can't even pay our internet bill using Wi-Fi and taking an antenna and paying it by a neighbor, and you're teaming up and pay. Some of you getting wind pain and only drinking coffee all day. Some of you going on the walk, and because you have so much of bills, or you can't sell buy lunch, or you have to hide because you have nothing to eat when lunchtime come. Because if you buy things to eat, you might not passage for the rest of the week. Some of you are keeping your food business open just to pay rent because all you don't want to look like no failure amongst all your peers, and all you ain't making nothing when the day come. Just making enough money to pay the landlord and to keep the lights on. But when Renaissance say that we march on the streets, or you're frightened. You know much how you getting wind pain? You know how much how you can't pay and begging or your family from away to send some money for you? Boy, we can't make it out this month. We know we paying we light bill to this month. Some of you looking fabulous. And when we say march, when we say come out, when we say stand up with us, or you're frightened, or you're afraid. We're afraid. The PDO. Let me show you what we are up against. This Prime Minister, this scumbag. Let me tell you why we mustn't believe this old lady. This woman that preparing to be this nice, sweet old lady. I'll tell you why we shouldn't believe this woman. Only selling dreams. Only selling stories. Only selling hopes. With nothing behind it. Kamla Persad Bissessa is a failed Prime Minister. And we must see her as such.
Member of Parliament for Prince Georgian, Honorable Masood.
And I'll tell you why I can do this. Because I'm not the 1%. I am one of you. I am one of you. I have heard you talk about myself.
You hear that lady? She's one of us. Is Kamla Persad Bissessa one of us? Watch how much people you send home. Are you one of us? And we are made to believe this lie. We are forced to believe this lie every day. Because you're hearing the UNC bloggers saying something totally different in contrast to what we are seeing outside here in reality. When we go on the taxi, or when we travel on the transportation, we seeing something different. When we go to the bus station, we can hardly fit in the bus. Because the amount of people that cannot travel, again, the normal way, taking bus. And here it is, this scumbucket Prime Minister that have no shame in what she's saying in the public domain, coming to say she's one of us. Oh yeah.
I have heard you talk about myself. I have come just like you from the working class. And sometimes no working class because you have no job.
Kamla, hush your mouth, please, Nadia. Hush your mouth, please. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to sell a narrative that is not true. Why are you doing that to us? And you're paying people on radio station to spew rubbish. Why are you doing that to us? Why are you doing that to the average man? And then trying to sell us some dream boy. Why are you doing that? What is the reason for this SOE? Let me tell you, to lock up dissenting voices that speaking out against the rubbish and the corruption that is taking place within this government. The SOEs to silence them. That is what it is about.
I understand what it is because I've been there, done that. I've been there with my family, with my parents, like yours who worked with me hard. I give you that commitment. If you work with me, if you take my hand and we walk together, I will keep my commitment to the workers out there. I will do it. But one hand doesn't clap. We cannot say we will take you forward when you do not want to go forward and you want to operate to stay backward. What do we always say in the labor movement? Forward ever! Forward ever! Forward ever! Backward never! Never, never! To take my hand together, let us rebuild this country.
That was the words of Kamla Persad Bissessa, Trinidad and Tobago. And we must ask ourselves the question, is this woman truthful? Is this woman truthful? Is she blind to what is taking place within this country? Is she blind? And some of you, hold up. Some of you saying, give them a chance. If you say, you mount a platform, you talk about the working class, I am one of you. I was there. I see this. I see that. I see the other. Let me bring this to your memory. I wonder if you see this, Kamla Persad Bissessa. I wonder if you is one of we when things like this is taking place within this country. Are you one of us?
Finally, I want to say to all of you, we have to send a message. We have to let them know that we are just as important as everybody else. And we're not asking for nothing that we don't deserve. We're asking for what we deserve. And at some point, you have to stand up and make people pay attention. And today, they will pay attention.
All right. So we're going to look to roll. But let me tell all you something. Let me tell you a few things. And I'll be speaking more on the truck as we go down to really educate, because you really need to understand what we're fighting for. You really need to understand and appreciate what this fight is about, yeah? So I'll be giving you all some update, but we want to push on. So I just want persons to make sure you get your water, get your juice. We have some lights. Well, we order some food down the road, but I didn't believe so much people would have come out. So we will share.
I wonder if you are one of us when things like that taking place, or you just willful blindness. But let me bring this star union leader ahead. Let me bring this star man who ought to understand what this thing is about. Let me leave Kamala alone, because we know that she not nothing upstairs there. She only pretending to know. Because if she didn't know, she would not be absent from these press conferences of them. Forgive the lady, because I hearing that you know how much post-cabinet press conference she absent from. That is a clear sign that she don't know how to run this country. I want to know where Kamala head at the end of the day. I want to know. I want to know where your mind is at the end of the day. Just give up the post and give it back. Give it back. Give it back to people who could run this country. But when a UNC elected member of parliament is asked questions about the government, about his government, because of his lofty salary, because of the position that he have in the party, he forget where he come from. Yes, he forget where he come from. And let me bring that to your memory.
Was a story we have here that the Minister of Trade, Investment and Tourism announced that a proposal has been put before Cabinet for $1,000 flights between Trinidad and Tobago, unsubsidized flights, one during the morning, one in the evening, during peak period. And we wanted to get your thoughts on that.
I have no comments on that.
And that's all it affects the citizens of this country.
What I can tell you is that I'm proud to be a member of the UNC today. I'm here in the Parliament to join my senatorial colleagues to debate the Retrenchment and Salary Benefit Amendment Bill. That's what I'm here for. I'm proud to be a member of the UNC because, as you know, under the PNM, we got thrown out like garbage.
I am proud to be a member of the UNC. So the reporter, Aka Samaru, is asking the member of parliament concerning the suffering that the normal man is facing. In this instance, they was talking about the flight. A man that ought to care, because based on his office, he is there to represent the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And you are hearing this cum bucket from Labre, Hyams, that is telling you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, I am proud to be a member of the UNC. That's all. Because a position was given to you. It's luck. We all know in the area of Labre that you ain't winning here again. Clydelda. I'm proud to be a member of the UNC. And I hear in the suffering of the people. Are you seeing what's going on in this country? I hope you understand what is taking place here. You know? Because night after night, we are coming here and exposing the deviousness of this government, the brutality of some of them, and like it falling on deaf ears. Many of you in times gone by call Keith Christopher Rowley a raging bull. We are here in government and we only have people. We only have reapers. Men line up to bust your throat. 27 of those we have in the parliament. When they come with SOE after SOE, that is bust throat. When they come with job loss after job loss, it's bust throat. This government is a government of reapers.
I don't mean that metaphorically alone. Literally, I was thrown out of TSCT like garbage.
Was a story we have here that the Minister of Trade, Investment and Tourism announced that a proposal has been put before Cabinet for $1,000 flights between Trinidad and Tobago, unsubsidized flights, one during the morning, one in the evening, during peak period. And we wanted to get your thoughts on that.
I have no comments on that.
And that's all it affects the citizens of this country.
What I can tell you is that I'm proud to be a member of the UNC today. I'm here in the Parliament to
The reporter feels sorry for him. Say this affects the citizen. Like the reporter know the man work more than him. I have no problem with that. But this affects the Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago. Boy, you understand what was said there? Boy.
Was a story we have here that the Minister of Trade, Investment and Tourism announced that a proposal has been put before Cabinet for $1,000 flights between Trinidad and Tobago, unsubsidized flights, one during the morning, one in the evening, during peak period. And we wanted to get your thoughts on that.
I have no comments on that.
And that's all it affects the citizens of this country.
What I can tell you is that I'm proud to be a member of the UNC today. I'm here in the Parliament to join my...
There you have it. All this man care about is that I am a proud member of the UNC. I have no problem with the sufferings of the people within this country. I have no problem with that. Or you could come to me every day and tell me about the suffering of the people in the country. I don't care about that. That's what the minister is saying. I am a proud member of the UNC. Or you go on workers' rights program and or you talk about that down there. And when he put out the bank account, don't put no money on it. Just now he go wash him out because, you know, he can't keep up that forever. The little small group that I have, we're going and fall apart just now. Because none of them are the discipline. None of them. So you go with worker, go by workers' rights with that now. Trinidad and Tobago. I hope all you understanding what we doing here for you, you know. I hope all you understanding when we put our life on the line here for you, the people of this country, the poor, the oppressed, and the downtrodden. What we are doing for you here in this country. And at this point in time, I know I didn't say nothing about opening the line, and I'm never open the line and let me think. I know I go on for quite some time, but I had something that I had was to bring off of my chest. I had was to put on the whips here tonight. And I hope members of the team understand that sometimes we need to operate in love. Not all the time is about warfare. Not all the time we must take out our sword, bear with each other, and forgive one another. And over all these virtues, put on love, which bind them all together in perfect unity. Unity does not erase our differences. It teaches us to rise above them. The bridge of understanding is stronger than the wall of division. So at this point in time, Trinidad and Tobago, I am going to open up the lines. The number to call is right on the screen. The number is 333-2176, 333-2176. And we are going to bring up people within the chat on TikTok. So to those that are in TikTok, let me see if I could bring up some of. Again, I hope the message would have fallen on fertile soil. Yeah. I hope the message would have fallen on fertile soil here tonight. Good night. Good night, sir. Good night, sir. Come now, man. I know you're talking. I mean, you're on the live. Good night, sir. You see? I hear him talking just now there. When PNM was in power, what to do for the people? Who is that? I mean, you ain't want to talk, but that is how it does go. So, to the people that have a contribution, or you could, Henry, good night. Right, so Henry out. So you see, the thing about it is this, Trinidad and Tobago. They say when the PNM was in power, what they do for people. Why ain't come up and say? Come up and say. People different outside here. People different outside here. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, the numbers to call is 3332176. This is a place where you could make your contribution. Yeah, make a contribution known, man. Make a contribution known. I'm going to play a thing from Rowley here. They say, you know, what PNM do for people? What will UNC take away? What will that government take away? When you come in and it's wash. Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you. Yes. UNC come in and take away constitutional rights, everything. Yes. You know, I was going to play a tape here from Jacona. Going to play a tape from Jacona, you know, but we don't play a tape here from Jacona, but I'll leave that one alone. Cancel them, I cancel that.
And they didn't see it as a plus, you know. They see it as a reason for condemnation. I said before, nobody in this country could ever say, anywhere, anytime, I put my hand in this nation's treasury. Nobody, no contractor, alive or dead, could say he gave me a kickback. No contractor. Everything I have now, I had before politics. But there are some guys in politics now who had nothing before. How come nobody concerned about that? How come in life sport, nobody concerned about that? How come, of course, I get $40 million to teach. They're concerned about that. Prison gate, nothing. But they're concerned about FIFA's money because they feel that means that Jacona will fall. My friends, you could take care, I tell you again, take care of the hole you dig for Jacona, you fall into it.
Trinidad and Tobago. Many of you would have seen the death and didn't understand the whole thing with Danny Guerra. And even at one point in time, Jacona was afraid that the same UNC party that he now supports, he could end up dead. Yeah, he could end up dead. And, you know, in closing, I'll close off the program now, you know, but let me play this clip here. Because we have a whole file to play concerning that. But as the thing does go.
I shall therefore release it all. Or if I'm incapacitated or incarcerated or dead, I tell you, those four persons who hold the evidence on my behalf will release it. All of it. My friends, this is an unfortunate and sad turn of events for me. What happened to me is sad. I thought I saw this country better than anybody I know. I shall therefore release it all. Or if I'm incapacitated or incarcerated or dead, I tell you, those four persons who hold the evidence on my behalf will release it. All of it. My friends, this is an unfortunate and sad turn of events for me. What happened to me is sad. I thought I saw this country better than anybody I know.
So at one point in time, Trinidad and Tobago, Jack Warner thought that he could dead by the same government that he now supports. Trinidad and Tobago, my name is Renison Jeffrey. This is the Workers' Rights Platform. We are broadcasting live on the Workers' Rights Network. Now is exactly 26 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. And tonight, we are calling an end to this program here. And on Friday, today's Wednesday, let me say by Friday, we are going to release the bank account that, we will be calling on members of the public to contribute to. Let the show go on. As I say, this is the only program in which does bring the news, the views, in which the average man, amplifying the voices of the average man. And with that, Trinidad and Tobago, I am out. Thanks for watching. And those of you who are on Facebook, on TikTok, good night to you all. And we are out.
You know, I'm David Jones, yes? A man of the sea. A great sailor. Until he ran afoul of that which vexed all men.
What vexes all men?
A woman. He fell in love. It was a woman as changing and harsh and untamable as the sea. You come for me.
You were expecting me.
He never stopped loving her. But the pain it caused him was too much to live with. But not enough to cause him to die.
What exactly did he put into the chest?
Your heart.
When we could be together again, you weren't there. You loved her. She's the one. And then you betrayed her.
She pretended to love me.
Why weren't you there?
She betrayed me.